All right, what's up, everyone? Today we're going to go over it's a Pinterest ads tutorial. We're going to go over how to set up your first Pinterest ads campaign, and the focus for us is going to be on traffic campaigns. So awareness and engagement campaigns. Basically, with awareness, you're paying for impressions. So just overall impressions, trying to build brand awareness. For engagement campaigns, you're paying for every engagement with one of your pins. So it might just be someone clicking on your pin to expand it. It might be someone repinning it, liking it. So you're paying for all those engagements. Traffic, you are driving traffic to your website, trying to accomplish a goal on your website. This is going to be focused on traffic campaigns. Most small budget advertisers are only going to focus on traffic campaigns because that's going to be the most valuable for you. So to get into this screen, basically what you do. So I'm actually doing this on behalf of a client, and I figured I'd show a tutorial at the same time. So basically, when you're at your home Pinterest screen, so my account here is Beachfront Decor. When you're at your home Pinterest screen, you're going to see analytics over here. This is going to have to do a lot with your Pinterest analytics. So a lot of what your pins are doing, things of that nature. Ads will actually bring you to the ad screen. So you just want to go right to the ad screen. You can go directly into any of those three campaign goals right here. And then down here, audiences, similar to like Google Analytics, Facebook, you can create audiences based on your website traffic, based on your email list, different things of that nature. Bulk editor, pretty self explanatory. Conversion tracking. So if you want to set up conversion tracking, which I recommend, to monitor sales or leads or whatever you're trying to drive, that's important. Business settings. So if you want to do custom settings for your business, but we're just going to go into ads overview here. Now, the first thing, as this loads here, the first thing you're going to have to do with Pinterest, now we're back at this screen here. So Beachfront Decor is the client that I'm building a campaign on behalf of today. So the first thing you're going to do is on Pinterest is you have to upload the pins that you want to promote to start with. So they have to be pins that live on your profile. I'm going to show that here and exactly how I do it. So Beachfront Decor, they're going to test a couple different wicker articles that they created. So one is 20 of our favorite outdoor wicker furniture sets. We have a pin at the bottom here on the page. And the other one is 8 beautiful outdoor patio wicker dining sets. So we're going to use the same keywords, same everything like that. And we're going to be able to basically test these two pins and these two articles basically against each other. So here's the Pinterest pin they want me to pin here. So basically let's save the pin here. So you want down here, you want to use some text that helps people find your pin in search results in Pinterest, and also, helps describe your pin and what people are going to go see. So I'm going to do this fairly quickly. Usually I do this a little bit longer, but just because we're doing the video. All right, so just a simple description here. I'm going to copy and paste it and use it for both pins. Usually I do kind of custom, and I would probably write this a little bit longer, but here's what I'm going to do now. I know they had a rule. I'm not sure if they still have this rule. I haven't checked it in a couple months, but where you can do one hashtag per pin that you're promoting. So maybe you just add a hashtag here. So we'll just do hashtag wicker. You want to put it onto the board that makes the most sense. So for them, it's going to be best wicker furniture. So we're going to save that. So now it's going to pin this pin. We have it successfully saved here. It's going to pin this pin on our Pinterest board. And now we want to do the other one as well. So let's paste my description in here and pin it to the same board. Best wicker furniture. All right, so now if I go back into Pinterest, here's an example I want to show you. But let's say I go back into Pinterest, go to my profile. You want to make sure your pins are showing up there. All right, so as you can see here, we have the two pins we just uploaded here. One is outdoor wicker furniture, one's outdoor wicker dining sets. So what I like to do to basically, since I'm going to be promoting these pins, I want to be able to track, all the traffic going through these pins. So we're going to click on edit them. It automatically goes to the specific website for that pin. Let's see, I have a couple of these set up in here already. So here's 20 of our favorite. So what you want to do is come into this website here, and if you're not familiar with it, you could search Google URL Builder. They just renamed it to the Campaign URL Builder, and you can use this up here to find this page. And basically what it does is this is how you track in the Google Analytics if you're not familiar. So make sure you have the right URL here. So we do. Campaign source, where the traffic's coming from. So Pinterest. Campaign medium, so what type of marketing we're doing. It's going to be a cost per click campaign. Or, so we're going to keep that here, CPC. Campaign name, it's going to be wicker furniture. I don't have anything else running for wicker furniture, so I can see, what pins this goes towards. Campaign term, we're going to be targeting keywords and interests in Pinterest. And then wicker ad one, we're going to make sure we have our article with the 20 of outdoor favorite wicker furniture sets. That's going to be our wicker ad one. So this is how we're going to differentiate ads, as you can see down here. So they automatically create your URL here. Click copy URL. Come right back into Pinterest, and we're going to paste that URL here. So save. So in the case of one of these pins doing well organically, it might throw off your ad numbers a little bit. So you can actually, I'll show you where you can do that. I like to test organic and paid together. I like to just track every single click from a specific ad or a specific pin here, whether it's organic or paid, to see what the overall value is of that click. So we have here the 20 is done. This one is, this pin goes with our 8 beautiful outdoor wicker dining sets. So let's go back into the campaign URL builder here. And a lot of this is going to stay the same. So we're going to change the URL. So now we have dining sets. Pinterest stays the same. CPC stays the same. Campaign name, most importantly, must stay the same. Campaign term, we're going to keep the same. It's going to be the same targeting for both. And the only change we're going to have is wicker ad 2. So you might want to use different names to make sure you know which ad it is, but we're going to copy the URL here, go back to Pinterest. So this one that's more orange is going to be our wicker ad 2. So very similar, but we're able to tell these two apart in Google Analytics. So now in Pinterest ads, now that we have our 2 pins up for these 2 different articles, we go back to Pinterest ads, and we're going to go to traffic campaigns and click promote. So our goal is going to be get traffic to your website. Campaign name, if you look here, campaign name wicker furniture, you could just keep the same exact campaign name. So run this campaign continuously. We're going to just show example here. So we're going to run it from today until the 31st. Our daily budget we'll set at $15 per day. Now you go to pick a pin. So our 2 pins we just uploaded will be here. So we'll start with our pin 1. So now here's an important thing. If you definitely want to keep your ad separate from your organic, Pinterest activity, and a lot of people do, it's really a matter of preference. For me, it just depends on the client. This client wants to know all of their clicks for those specific pins. So destination URL, we could just leave blank. It's going to send it to the destination URL that we set for that specific pin. So it's going to go to this destination URL. But what you could do is take off all this Google Analytics tracking and only use it when you're creating Pinterest ads, so that you can just track that paid traffic separately. So just an option for you to look into. So promoted pin name, what you want to do is campaign content. So this one's going to be our wicker ad 1. So you can kind of see the difference when you go into Pinterest and look at your results. This is where you would name it. Destination URL, don't worry about it. So create an audience. if you have custom audiences, whether it's a retargeting audience, whether it's email lists, you can add your custom audience here. They also have lookalike audiences through Pinterest, so there's a lot of different options. I'm going to go through these on a separate video. Today we're going to go through interests and keywords, two different targeting methods outside of audiences. So the way it works, you'll see it actually here. They kind of explain it pretty quickly. When you pick interest targeting, let's say you just set interest targeting, you're only going to reach people who fall into these specific interest categories. So based on what people are pinning and what interests they show on Pinterest, they're going to be put into these Pinterest categories. So for outdoor wicker furniture, you figure you want home decor is a good one. Outdoors, I think if people are interested in spending time outdoors, I think having furniture outdoors is good. And you can also add some of these other ones in here. I'm not going to, but you can add some other interests. But basically, you just want interests that fall in line with what people have interests in. Let's go with design as well. So now we have 3 different interests here. And what it's going to do is when you're in these interest categories, when someone goes to their home Pinterest feed, so let's just pretend I didn't search up here, which I did. But when someone goes to their home Pinterest feed, your pin will just show up, when someone goes to Pinterest.com in their Pinterest feed based on their interests. So not based on anything they're looking at, but just based on some of the interests that they have. So now we have 3 interests, 3 broad interests. You'll see 46 selected. I generally just go with broader interests. Depending on what you're trying to target, you might, click on this and go with classical architecture or whatever it is you're trying to target. So we're going to keep these 3. Now keywords, this is how your pin shows up in search results. I generally, if you had to pick one, keywords versus interests, I would probably go with keywords. It's going to be more targeted, whereas, interests is going to be a little bit more broad. But as far as I know, from the conversations I've had with Pinterest reps, they recommend using both because it helps kind of expand your overall pin. Depending on your budget, you might just choose keywords, you might just use, interests. The best bet, which I always say, is to test because it's going to be different for every brand and every website and whatever your goals are. So I would recommend testing it if you have a large budget. If you have a smaller budget, I'd go with both and monitor your results. You can always test, one versus the other. But keywords, so what we're going to do is import keywords. You can separate by commas or line breaks. I generally do line breaks. I don't know why, but it's just what I'm comfortable with. So the main keywords, I always start with my main few keywords that I'm really trying to target. And really the more targeted your keywords are, the better your campaign's generally going to perform. With Pinterest, they don't really have a keyword tool as far as I'm concerned. So what I like to do is search my main keyword up here, and they'll give you a ton of ideas. So outdoor wicker furniture painting, ideas, cushions, modern, decks, DIY. There's so many options here, and you can kind of use a lot of these to your advantage. So you see backyard over here. So if you go backyard, wicker furniture, ideas, modern wicker furniture. So basically, you want to keep adding keywords, as many that are relevant to what people are targeting or what people are searching for, and that relates to your pin. Because when someone types in outdoor wicker furniture, if I could have my pins come up, it's highly, highly relevant because it gives people a ton of options. It's exactly what they're looking for. So generally with keywords, I've had campaigns with over 400 keywords. I've had campaigns with 10 to 20 keywords. Depends on your budget. If your budget's high, you need to add a lot of keywords. You might need to broaden out your keywords a little bit. As far as keyword match types here, Pinterest isn't as transparent as Google is, so I don't know the exact match type it is. The best I can give you is it's probably similar to a modified broad type match in Google AdWords, where when people are typing in these types of keywords, they're most likely going to show up. So if someone types in wicker outdoor furniture, it doesn't have to be the exact keyword, exact phrase. It's going to be, similar to some of these keywords. So for now, we're just going to keep these 5. I'm actually going to copy and paste them for the next pin that we do, and we're going to add keywords. So we have interest selected. We have 3 broad interests, 46 niche total. We have 5 keywords added. I guess I can show one more example. So search for keywords. If you go outdoor wicker furniture and you click on it, they'll give you a ton of ideas here. So related keywords, outdoor furniture, pallet furniture outdoor, all these different ideas. This is another way to find keyword ideas. I like using their search tools here, and then also, up here when you search things using some of these ideas that they give you basically for free. These are some of the top. So beach house wicker furniture, beachfront decor. This would be a great keyword. So not going to add it right now. We're just going to keep the 5 we have. So locations, by default, it goes to all US locations. When you pick specific, they let you target the DMA markets, so basically the larger markets that surround. It can be a little frustrating at times. Is one of the biggest issues I have with Pinterest, and I've told them about it. Not that, and they haven't fixed it or anything. Obviously, I'm not that important, but with Pinterest, you can pick like large marketing markets, similar to what you have with TV. So like you could pick Atlanta, Georgia, Austin, Texas, Baltimore, Maryland, all these different markets you can pick. If I was to do beachfront decor and pick specific ones, I might go with something like, for example, Miami, Fort Lauderdale. So things of that nature. I'm just going to do all U.S. locations. So this will target all 50 states. Don't really have to worry about too much other than that. They'll start to go towards the locations that tend to perform the best in terms of clicks. Languages, I like to set the language as English, and I'll use English UK and English US. Um, if yours works for every language, you can pick every language, just go all languages. I like to go with English just to be safe in case someone's Spanish and doesn't understand my PIN or something like that. Devices, you can pick just go desktop, you can go mobile, different things of that nature. This is really up to you. I generally go with all devices as a mobile friendly website. So genders, obviously you could pick male, female, unspecified. We'll just go with all genders. Max CPC bid, they'll show here other advertiser bidding between $1.81 and $3.35. The more targeting you add in terms of interests and keywords, even audiences, the more that you add, the lower that these bids are going to be. But the more targeted your campaigns are, the better your overall results are going to be. So you really want to find that happy medium. What I generally recommend is looking at their low half bid, whether it's $1, whether it's $1.81 in this example, and I would just enter $1.50. So you'll see different things here. Low bid. Just give more examples. Let's see. So now if they find a bid that they don't think they're going to be able to spend your daily budget, usually they're going to show you here too low. So with $1.50, it's a low bid, but they should most likely spend the budget, the $15 daily budget that I set. If you go to $1.85, they're going to give you a good bid. And if you go on the higher end, let's see. There you go. $4 is a strong bid. So the higher you bid, the more likely you are to spend your budget, but it's going to be the more you're spending for every action on your website. Whereas, a lower bid. So I would probably go with $1.25 to start here, see how much they can spend my budget, see what my cost per click ends up being when it comes back in. But we'll start right here with $1.25 and promote. Once you click promote, your pin goes live. Okay, so once you click promote, it's going to create your campaign here. So we have our campaign is Wicker Furniture running from the 18th to the 31st with a daily budget of $15. There's an overview here. So these are all the stats that give you impressions, saves, clicks. These are clicks through to your website, click-through ratio. Effective click-through ratio tends to be a little bit higher, so you get some earned impressions and clicks. Obviously CPC and total spend. So here's our one pin right here. It's still pending. It's not quite approved yet. They'll show a graph here, total impressions. You can do clicks, saves, whatever it is. They'll also show you when you're doing activity and different things. When you click on your promoted pin, they'll show you the interests that you're targeting that are most likely, or like kind of generate the most impressions, the keywords that are generating the most impressions, and then everything here. So if you leave things wide open to begin, then it helps you kind of see where your ad is showing the most. So if you do languages and leave it wide open and you see a ton of people Spanish speaking that are getting your pin, you might have an idea of, okay, maybe the performance isn't as good with Spanish speaking because maybe they don't understand it. Maybe it's, your website doesn't translate well, however it works. So you can kind of find different things here, devices, genders, once kind of the data starts coming in, and that helps you optimize your campaigns and understand where your ads are showing and why they're showing. So we have one pin added now, so let's add a second pin. So all you do is, you're not saving from a website, you're not uploading an image, you're creating an ad. So you're going to click get traffic to your website again. It's going to have the campaign we just created, Wicker Furniture, here. So you're going to go into that campaign, pick a pin. So we started with this one. This time we're going to promote our second pin. We're going to do this one a lot quicker now. So promoted pin name, remember down here, Wicker Ad 2, campaign content. So now we can tell them apart. Destination URL, we already set that. Audiences, not worrying about that right now. Here we're going design, home decor, and we're going to go outdoors. Import keywords. So I copied and pasted my keywords. These are the same keywords from the other one. So add keywords, all US, specific languages. We're going to go English, English. All devices, all genders, and we're going to keep the same exact CPC bid we had in the other one. It's going to be a low bid. And click promote. So now you can see kind of how quick it can be once you kind of get used to it. So now we have two ads pending. They're targeting interests and keywords. We have our campaign set to run until the 31st, daily budget of $15. The way we set up both of our ads, they're tracking into Google Analytics, so we're able to track all the results. And that's basically it. Now we're kind of just waiting for these to become active, and then we can kind of see what the results are and go from there. So that's how you would set up a Pinterest ads traffic campaign targeting keywords and interests. Stay tuned. I'm going to go over a lot of different things on Pinterest. I'm hoping to do some videos on audiences, conversion tracking, different things of that nature, so I can create one huge Pinterest tutorial video, add them all together. Make sure you subscribe to our channel if you have interest in these videos, other digital marketing videos. We're going to have tons and tons coming out. I'm hoping to produce over 300 this year, and we're currently at 10, so this will be our 11th. Just stay tuned, and thank you for joining us today.